Hello, ladies, gents, and everyone in between, you beautiful darlings. My name is Lady Lost 13, and it's a pleasure to have you guys. Now, I'm here with two special guests, even though I only have a picture of one of them. I haven't drawn the other one yet. But the first one is Ren. Say hi.
Ren Dragon Spear, nice to see y'all again. Well, hear y'all. Well, you're hearing me. Yep,
Yeah,
you're hearing me.
Yeah, you're kind of confusing. And the second person we actually have with us is my friend Mellow. Hyper Mellow. Say hi, Hyper Mellow.
PogChamp.
PogChamp.
Pog.
Pog.
PogChamp.
Well, this is going to be my first video
You're
of...
Milo, PogChamp.
Dang it, I hate you people. But no, this is going to be my first video on this YouTube channel called Lady Lost 13. As you can probably tell, I'm the lady. And I'm going to be doing this podcast type thing.
I thought it was gentleman.
All of you can shut up. You're all beautiful ladies in my eyes. But I'm going to be starting up this podcast series where at most I'm just going to change it to one picture of what we're talking about, except for this time. So just sit back, relax, and tell me how you like it. And today we're actually going to be talking about different things. I'm not fully sure what I'm going to call this, but I'm thinking about calling it Lost Talks. Let's see. And today's topic is actually legacies.
Ooh.
So what do you guys think a legacy is?
Someone within a generation, basically, they continue it. I think basically like the dynasties of China.
Okay. And what about you, Mello? What do you think legacy means?
Twitch streamers.
Twitch streamers.
Like me, I'm leaving behind my legacy of being an idiot.
God.
Well, pretty much recording myself being an idiot, and it'll be remembered forever and ever and ever.
Actually, that was kind of on the spot, but I actually want to talk to you about that later. But the reason why I was thinking about this, you guys probably heard the door in the background. The reason why I was thinking about this is because I was recently in church and stuff like that, and yes, I am Christian. I'm not sure about everyone else here, but whatever you believe, cool. And they brought up legacies, and I've been thinking about that ever since, especially when talking to my family members about deceased family members and what we remember them by. Because I recently learned that my great-grandfather was called Czech. I didn't know that. That's such a cool legacy to leave behind. And then I remembered another one of my grandparents who, her legacy, she was a teacher, an elementary school teacher. And she was very well loved, the point where I still remember her, and I only have 4 memories of her, but I can always remember how nice and sweet she was, because she left behind that type of legacy. And I thought it'd be interesting to ask, what type of legacy do you guys want to leave behind? Except for Mello, we already know what Mello wants to leave behind.
Poison.
Poison? Poisoning the watering hole?
Yes. I think I made my stance perfectly clear.
Too bad no one else has heard that before.
What, poisoning the watering hole?
That you want to poison the watering hole.
Yes.
Okay, Ren, what type of legacy do you want to leave behind?
Oh, honestly, I would actually love to leave all my YouTube videos and everything and continue Ren and Dragon Spear, even after I'm gone. So,
that too.
Yeah, because what I wanted to do was have it to where if I go, all my username and passwords will be handed out to someone else, and they can have all the videos. And they could keep Ren Dragon Spear going forever and ever. That way, even future generations have their own version of a Ren Dragon Spear, which I hope to get.
I guess I kind of want to do the same thing with these podcasts. What about you, Mello?
Mallow was just basically thinking about poisoning the watering hole.
Oh yeah,
he
that's right.
hasn't really thought about it.
But I also want to talk about legacies that have been left behind by people I've known that I thought was like really cool. There was this one guy. They actually made it I'm not fully sure, a marathon in his name. They left a marathon in his name because of how much he had done around my small town. I actually remember I was
Uh-huh.
helping out his wake because he was really good family friends with my father. He actually spoke at my father's funeral. And I was at the wake and I was helping out, and I decided to leave after some time period. And I was planning to go grab my. I was planning to change out with my brother because my brother was going to stay and help with my mother, and he was going to give me the keys because the shoes I was wearing at the time actually had broken down. And I decided,
Sucks.
yeah.
Ooh.
So I was at church with broken shoes during a wake, and I was already tired out since I'd helped prepared it. And my brother was running late because he had forgotten to go to the barber shop to get his haircut the day before, so he was there right then. I decided, you know what? I'm tired of having broken shoes. So I walked to the barber shop with broken shoes in the rain. Now I swear I'm getting to the guy's legacy back. So as I went in there, they said I could sit down while I wait for my brother to finish his haircut, so he can hand me the keys after he was done. And we started talking to the barber. Now we'd never seen the barber in our church before or anything like that, but we had told him who had passed away. And he's like, I know that man. He used to help me out with Boy Scouts.
Ooh.
That man had such a legacy that even a barber that me and my brother had never met before, never even went to school with, he had ties with. He had his foot in many different things. And besides, now I have another question. Besides YouTube and Twitch, what else do you guys want to be in your legacy?
I think that's about it, honestly.
Well, for me, I believe it would have to be to leave some. Shoot, I always thought about it. I'm trying to remember what was it called.
I wanna write a book, and I wanna make a music album.
Really?
Oh yeah, you did write some really good music. I actually can't wait for that to come out because I've
Thank you.
actually heard your lyrics. You were there too when you read the lyrics.
Hmm. I remember what I was about to say now.
Yeah, say it.
I wanted to basically leave like a whole thing of my stories or anything behind, like maybe for other generations if they want to add them.
Mm.
I just thought it would be like a cool thing to do if they ever want to do it, write their own stories in it and such. But if you think about it, later legacies, something could happen to it, and could be destroyed.
Mm.
You know, there's something actually. Legacies aren't just like you two are doing something great. You know, it's actually a small legacy that I actually really want to have.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to have a family. I really want to pass down my family name. Well, not my family. I go by a family name. I have an old handy-down name, and I'd love to pass it down to a future daughter or granddaughters. I'd love to continue that tradition on, passing down the family names. I want that to be part of my legacies. I also want one of my legacies to be known as the person who cared for kids.
There was one thing in my legacy that was passed down, but I kind of wanted to stop due to it being negative.
Oh yeah, let's talk about some
Basically.
bad legacies. Bad legacies. I know a few.
So,
Continue.
with me, it would be my middle name. It's actually a passed down name from my bio father's father. It's basically there's a whole line of them. But basically, I never liked it because I had the same middle name as my bio dad and all that mess, and not of my dad.
No, sorry.
I mean, it always annoyed me. I mean, you could find how annoying it would be if you shared something like that.
Yeah, no, understandable. Actually,
I
bad
mean, you kind
legacies.
of,
What?
yeah. I mean, you don't want something from someone that impacted you negatively in your life.
You can always change like legacies like that. Like
Yeah.
I actually have another sibling who has a handy down name, but on my father's side, while mine's is from my mother's side, and he's
Mm-hmm.
actually turned that name to his own, even though the first, not the first, but technically the second, who had
Uh-huh.
that name, or who kind of well, he kind of gave that name like a really bad taste and stuff like that. He didn't have the best of legacies or the best him review, so I'm not going to talk too much about him. But
Mm.
I'm hoping that name still gets passed down because my father took a part of that name and actually made it decent. What about you, Mello? Do you know any bad legacies you want to stop or you want to talk about?
Most of them.
Hmm.
You want to talk about them?
Honestly, most of the things that are kind of run through my family is negative, toxic behaviors, dealing with other toxic people, not giving ourselves breaks, just dealing with too much and not really treating ourselves like people.
Yeah.
So, and I sort of got that as well. So I'm sort of trying to avoid that and trying to be more relaxed.
It makes you feel better. I think you're a pretty great person. I know
Thanks, man.
this isn't much of a fun topic, but I thought it'd be an interesting topic for the first podcast.
I don't know. I would have gone with poisoning a watering hole, but
Poisoning the watering hole is so much fun. I just love doing it to the cultists. That way, you're not killing off the good ones.
Exactly.
You gotta save the good guys. Take out the bad ones. We're such heroes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, I think
But
this is...
I
What?
wonder why they look like the Ghostbusters.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I know this wasn't much of a happy one, but I thought this would be an interesting first topic. It's going to be my first video on this channel and a short one. Hopefully our next topics we talk about are going to be a lot more lively. I'm not fully sure what we're going to talk about next. I actually know prom scenes down the line. You guys want to talk about that next?
Oh yes, I have so many prom stories.
Oh, heck yeah,
We're
we're
going
going
to
to have
post
some
one about
fun.
Waffle House.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
You had a prom at Waffle House?
Oh,
No, that was the afterwards.
Okay,
There
yeah, no, I'm
was-
definitely silly for that one. That's probably gonna be our next one. I know this one was really short, but for anyone who wants to watch, please comment down below what you want your legacy to be. What do you want to be remembered as? And I think we're
Oh,
gonna
I
end
have
it here. What?
one more bad legacy.
Oh God.
Oh, well, it's not bad. Well, it is, but I know my bio dad's family last name, they're a whole big deal. But the thing is, there's one thing they know kind of known for. Half of them are known to be pretty bad people, while another half are known to be pretty good. Like, we're talking about bad stuff.
You know what? I'm
It's
gonna end this on a
insane.
happy note. I'm gonna end this on a happy note. I actually recently
Go
got to
ahead.
see an old family friend today. His legacy, he is really well known in a place in North Carolina. He's really well known down there. His whole entire, you know what, I'm just gonna say it. He's known as Grumpy, and he's known to be one of the most sweetest, gentlest guys out there. Literally, there are many tabs around the area he lives with that name, and he's always known to make me smile. And one of his biggest legacies is he's known for making paper frogs out of $1 bills for people.
Oh,
Or,
yay.
well, please leave down below what you want your legacy to be. I know this was kind of a short, well, actually it's kind of long. It's almost 15 minutes. But hopefully in the
yes.
future we'll tell more lighthearted stories and tell more jokes. But I thought this would be an interesting first one. And who knows?
Yay.
Maybe my legacy might be to get to 1 million subscribers, to make 1 million people smile, because that is what I truly want my legacy to be. To make 1 million, or maybe even more people smile.
Ooh.
Well, thanks for stopping by. Also, I will be leaving in the description both Ren and Mallow's channels, YouTube channels. Wait,
I want to make
Mallow,
1 million people cry.
God, what's wrong with you people?
Did I make them cry?
Oh, God.
I thought I made them cry.
I want to make them all
Uh.
cry all at once.
What's wrong with you people?
You're not gonna.
Well, goodbye.
We're not gonna. Bye.
Bye.